Hey folks, I'm Latimer, and today I'm going to talk to you a little bit about using a hydraulic jack plate. That is probably one of the most needed add-ons, especially on a bass rig, is going to be your hydraulic jack plate. And I'm going to tell you why it's important, and there's a couple reasons I use one that are not typical to your normal reasons for having a hydraulic jack plate. TH Marine jack plates, a super fast jack plate. The hydraulic pumps work really fast. That's important because most of the time when you're making these adjustments, you need to make them quick. I keep my trim tab really close to the steering wheel. You can see I have the turn signal type trim tab here. That way I can adjust that jack plate easily as I'm going down the lake. I don't have to reach around and fumble for the button. It's right here, easily accessible, and I can keep my hands on the steering wheel as I'm driving. You know, one of the advantages of using a hydraulic jack plate is you can get your boat out and over on plane in shallow water very, very easy. That's great, and that works in a lot of situations, but the most important reason for me for having a hydraulic jack plate is total boat control. Having a hydraulic jack plate allows you to adjust your engine height on the go. And why is that important, you ask? Why do I need to be able to adjust my engine height? Well, your boat responds very different depending on the height of the engine when you're running. I run a TH Marine 4-inch hydraulic jack plate on my boat. This is the Falcon 205. Couple reasons I like to have it. When I need to get out of shallow water, of course, I'm going to lift that hydraulic jack plate all the way up until I get on plane, and as I'm getting on plane, I'm going to jam that baby all the way back down so I get some grab. When I lift that up, what that does is that pushes the front end of the boat down, and it lets me get on plane really, really fast. The negative to it is when I've got that engine all the way up, the prop starts to cavitate. Cavitate is just a fancy word for saying the prop is starting to catch air. So once I get the boat on plane and I'm starting to move in motion, I'm going to push that engine down, get the prop down deeper in the water. It'll start to grab and I'll take off. And that's how you avoid hitting stumps, hitting rocks, hitting shallow water obstructions when you try to get out of shallow water. Now, the thing that I like most about my hydraulic jack plate is when I'm on the go, say I've got a big load, you know, I've got a bigger guy in the boat with me, I've got a full live well and I've got a full tank of gas. You'll notice that your boat responds a lot better with your engine all the way down. That prop gets a better grab, it picks the nose of the boat up, and you're gonna get a better performing boat out of it. When I'm in here by myself and I got a light load and I really wanna trim this Falcon up and let her fly, what I do is I adjust that to the perfect height. I can do those little incremental adjustments on the fly and adjust my boat a 1/4 inch, an 1/8 inch at the time, and get the best efficiency out of my engine. I can get the best bow lift, and most of all, I can get the best control where my boat doesn't chine walk, and it makes it easier to drive. Also, when I'm cornering, you know, if I'm in a tight creek and I'm cornering, I need to make really sharp, tight turns, I want to let that engine down. What that does is let my prop get maximum bite when I'm in those tight turns, and it gives me a lot better boat control. If you don't have boat control, your boat's going to slide out in those turns if you got the wrong engine height. But being able to push that engine all the way down and get the maximum bite on it, that lets me get in those creeks and turn and have full control of my boat. Something that a lot of people don't think about when you're talking about a hydraulic jack plate is in extremely rough water. In extremely rough water, your engine has a tendency to cavitate. You go up and over a wave, your prop comes out of the water and it'll lose its bite. The best thing you can have on your boat if you run big water, Lake Erie, Champlain, or even if you run like a Rayburn, some of our lakes around here get really big water. If you got a hydraulic jack plate, you can adjust that engine and pull it down, get it so you can get some bite. When you're in rough water, that allows you to just plow through those waves. You stay dry, you can keep the nose of your boat up. You can really manipulate the attitude and the action that the bow of your boat has by just adjusting your jack plate. So having a hydraulic jack plate is priceless. It's not just for getting out of shallow water, you can use it for total boat control.